seat. We're going to get started. Thank you for coming out on this very cold evening. I was outside for about 10 minutes. That's all it took. Started to freeze very quickly. And since I'm in the news business, the weather forecast for the next 10 days is very cold. So please be careful out there. And thank you very much for attending this evening. Let's start out by giving everybody that came out here a big round of applause. Thank you for coming out. My name is Anthony Johnson from Channel 7 Eyewitness News. I've had the pleasure now of doing this event for 20 plus years, and it's always an honor. I'd like to thank Mrs. Lacey for always asking me to come back. You know, like the coaches in football, a lot of them have been told they can't come back. So I always am honored when I have an opportunity to come back. Just want to think about what this day is, what it represents. I remember many, many years ago being down in Atlanta, Georgia, the year after Ronald Reagan signed this day as a holiday. Many people forget it was Ronald Reagan who signed this day as a holiday. And I remember being in the company on the day, the first day of the King holiday, the national holiday, with the King family and the joy that they felt. There was a parade in downtown Atlanta, as a matter of fact, right down Peachtree. If you've ever been to Atlanta, about 19, 20 blocks are named Peachtree, but this is Peachtree Street. And it was something that, a day I will never forget, how honored they were. And all these years later, well, we know what's going on, right? We know what's happening. So this is a great time to remember the slogan, the 250th anniversary of this country. And that great document starts out with these three words: we the people. And that's what this night is all about. All of you, the we, the people. We want to also start out by reminding you to check out the exhibit that we have in the hallway. I know you briefly passed it by as you were coming in because you were so happy to get in here and take your seats. But as you start to leave, take some time to go ahead and look at the hallway and just look at some of the exhibits that are out there. And also, we have to remember what state we're in. We're in the state of New Jersey. And it was January 23rd, let me get this year right, 1866, that this state abolished slavery. It was the last state in the North to do so. So we have to know where we are. We have to know our history. So we'd like to welcome all of you here today. We have a fine speaker. We have wonderful young people that are going to get awards. Many people that we're going to bring up here to the microphone. Many future superstars are right here in this audience today. But once again, on this super cold day and evening, I'd like to thank all of you for being here. If we could just all stand, and we all have the words inside of our program. We're going to start out this evening. Dr. Warren, as always, Valerie, are you going to sing? Start out by singing Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing yet with a steady beat, have not our weary feet come to the place for which our Father sighed. We have come over a way that with tears has been watered. We have come a path through the blood of slaughtered. Out from the gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star is cast. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who hast brought us thus far on our way, thou who hast by thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path we pray, lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met thee, lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. Shadow beneath thy hand, may we forever stand, true to our God, true to our native land.
Thank you very much. You may be seated. Now we'd like to bring our faith leaders up to the podium. Rabbi Stephen Serbu, who will lead the group up here. Let's give the rabbi a big round of applause because he always opens his door. I think we've done this, like I said, I think I've done this 20 years, and this is the place that has opened the door for this event more times than any place in this area. So thank you so much for allowing us to be here.
We stand before you as clergy of 3 of the world's great religions to offer blessing upon this ceremony and all who have gathered here.
We have gathered to honor the life and legacy of one of America's greatest citizens. Dr. King knew that devoted people of all faiths must be included in the civil rights movement for it to succeed. We see the endurance of this vision in the diversity of people who have gathered in this sacred place.
We can stand here together only because of the First Amendment to the Constitution, a document that begins with the words, "We the people." On that day in 1787, only wealthy white men signed their names to the document. But we believe, and we ask you to believe, that the Constitution is a living document only if we, the people, means all of us, regardless of race, religion, or place of birth.
This is supported by the Declaration of Independence, which proclaims that all men are created equal, an assertion based on the religious ideal that we are all created in God's image, that a spark of the divine rests within each of us.
The First Amendment's protection of freedom of religion allows the 3 of us to serve our respective congregations and to stand side by side today.
The First Amendment's protection of freedom of speech allowed Dr. King to give his "I have a dream" speech.
The First Amendment's protection peaceably to assemble should have enabled him to organize marches in Birmingham, in Selma, and in any other place without the fear of police brutality.
Tonight we are here to say that people of all faiths still can and must work together to make Dr. King's work a reality. We must put aside other disagreements to ensure that America lives up to its promise. We must honor the young people gathered here by making the road to that reality a little smoother.
For we, the people, have that right as protected by our laws and have that ability as given by our Creator.
This, in the name of Allah, the creator of the heavens and the earth, I pray.
This, in the name of Jesus Christ, I pray.
This in the name of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, I pray. And let us say,
Amen.
That deserves a round of applause. Thank you very much. Rabbi, Reverend, Imam, thank you so much for your time and your inspirational words. Now it's time for us to get some greetings from some of our representatives that are here today. Mr. Tedesco is here, of course. Assemblywoman Ellen Park and the Mayor of Hackensack will bring greetings. Come on up to the podium.
Good evening. 58 years ago, on a rainy night in Memphis, Dr. King issued a simple, devastating challenge to the soul of this nation. He wasn't asking for something new. He issued a reminder of something old. He looked at the authorities of his time and said, "All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper." He was calling in a promissory note, signed at our founding, a written promise that every person is created equal. In 1963, Dr. King stood at the Lincoln Memorial and told us that the check had bounced, marked insufficient funds. And today, in 2026, we aren't just standing at the teller's window waiting for justice to clear. We are watching a nation take that same promissory note, signed in the blood of revolution and the tears of the movement, and try to shred it in broad daylight. The tragedy of our moment isn't that we can't afford the debt of equality. It is that we are starting to claim that the debt was never real in the first place. This shredding is fueled by the fires of division. When we see explicit, gleeful attacks on our immigrant neighbors, our Black brothers and sisters, and the most vulnerable members of our LGBTQ family, we are seeing a tactical attempt to fracture the we in we the people. These are efforts to keep us from standing together long enough to demand that the note be honored. We must remember that we the people was always more than just words. It was a preamble, the foundation of one of our founding documents. It was the alpha, not the omega, the first step of a journey and the bedrock of a covenant we are still building. It was an invitation for every generation to make the words on that paper mean something more than ink and a parchment. The paper is only as strong as the people who demand its fulfillment. We cannot wait for a more convenient season. We must answer the fierce urgency of now by refusing the anesthesia of cynicism. We must stay awake to our shared fate, knowing that if the promise is shredded for one of us, it becomes worthless for all of us. Holding America true to the paper is our greatest act of common purpose. It is our sacred responsibility to ensure that future generations finally reach that mountaintop, even if it seems to be receding into the distance. To truly honor Dr. King, let us act with urgency and demand that this nation finally becomes what it has always been, on paper, promised to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, and good evening, everyone. First, let me say thank you. Thank you to all of you that came out tonight. Anthony said it's cold. You didn't have to come out. You didn't have to put heavy coats on, but you chose to come out. You chose to come here to be with all of us, to show people that no matter who you are, where you come from, who you love, who you pray for, we can all live together. We are showing and setting the example here tonight. It's my honor to join you as we celebrate the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I want to take a moment to thank Temple Emeth and the Martin Luther King Birthday Committee for having me and all of us, and for the work that they do to preserve the legacy of one of the most influential civil rights leaders of our time. Dr. King dedicated his life to love, justice, and equality for all. He dreamed of a world where promises of our forefathers, as etched into the founding documents of our nation, apply to all. In fact, we all have the same exact dream as we build a world that lives up to those promises. Let us remember the teachings of Dr. King, who taught us we, the people, are stronger when we work together. That we, the people, should not let fear overshadow hope. That we, the people, must always stand up for one another, because injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. On this day of service, we must be reminded of the power of the community. At a time when we are being faced with violence against our neighbors, the rewriting of history, hatred in our communities, fear and division, it is more important than ever that we remember the teachings of Dr. King, who refused to give up hope even in the darkest times. Let us allow Dr. King's words to be a guiding light and rely on our own community to lift us up when we are down. Here in Bergen County, we honor Dr. King's dream. In one of the most diverse counties in the nation with nearly 1 million people, we do not accept intolerance or hatred. We are a place where each and every one of our residents deserves to feel safe, heard, and welcome. As the county executive, I strive every day to ensure that our county holds up to these values. And I appreciate the work that many of you do to make sure Bergen County is a home for all. Thank you again for allowing me to join you in this celebration tonight. Let us continue to carry out his legacy and uphold the promises that were written into America's founding documents by our forefathers. Promises of life, liberty, and happiness for all. Thank you, and happy Martin Luther King Day.
Each year, Martin Luther King Day offers us opportunity to reflect on the progress we've made and take time to chart the course wherever we go from here. While there have been many times over the last 60 years where it has felt like progress had stalled or we had moved backwards, the backslide we've seen over the course of the last year has been both discouraging and frightening. As Dr. King wrote, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And right now it feels as though there is injustice everywhere you look. Our country is failing to live up to the vision of Dr. King and the promise of our Constitution. Over the last year, the basic tenets of our democracy have come under attack from the Trump administration. Diversity, equity, inclusion initiatives were one of the first targets, with educational institutions stripped of their funding and many corporations threatened if they did not roll back their programs. The administration has weaponized ICE against minority communities. Agents are terrorizing residents, detaining anyone who looks remotely other, regardless of their immigration status, with no due process, and deporting individuals to countries that they have no ties to. They do not identify themselves or meet any transparency standards required of other law enforcement officers, and now they are using deadly force against protesters who dare to try to hold them accountable. This MLK Day, as we look towards a path forward, we must continue to embody the principles of Dr. King to stand up in face of injustice. Amidst all of this fear and hate, we have also seen people coming together to stand tall against these injustices and fight for the America that we want, the America Dr. King wanted, and where all people are treated equally and all voices are heard. While there was an immense darkness in 2025, there was also so much joy and light. I joined in multiple No King's Day protests here in Bergen County, and they truly breathed life into me to be surrounded by so many people who shared a vision for a better tomorrow, who believed in our country and its promise, who refused to stand by as it gets stripped away from us. That is the beauty of protest. It is not only making your voice heard, but about reminding us that we are not alone, that others share in our beliefs, and that there is power in our numbers. As we look to 2026 and the 250th birthday of the United States, we must all find our way to fight for our democracy, whether that is to joining in protest, writing to elected officials, contributing to mutual aid initiatives, or simply finding ways to support our neighbors in whatever they are facing. There is only one way we can get through this, and that is by embodying the example set forth for us by Dr. King, and by supporting one another and speaking truth to power. And with that, I also want to thank Temple Emeth and the Martin Luther King Jr. Birthday Committee. And I have a resolution from District 37, a joint resolution from Senator Gordon, Shama Hader, and myself, which I will leave up front. And let's continue the fight in 2026. I've been very eager all day because there is a 3 bills that I'm hoping Governor Murphy will sign that he hasn't signed yet. All right. And so we are in a house of worship, and let's pray that he will sign them before morning tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay. We'll just go right there.
Thank you, Assemblywoman Park, County Executive Tedesco, and the Mayor of Hackensack. Mayor Gaines, thank you very much for those kind words. Now I need to bring up Ryan Greff. He is with the New Jersey Commission on National Community Service. Ryan, come on up to the podium.
Hello, everybody. So I have with me today the Great Proclamation from the state of New Jersey, signed by Governor Murphy. Before I read that, though, I just wanted to comment. So today I spent the morning with our AmeriCorps members at Montclair State University. So Martin Luther King Jr. Day within the Department of State is a really celebratory day because it means a day of service across the state of New Jersey for what we do with our AmeriCorps program, what we do with our sister commission, the New Jersey MLK Commemorative Commission. It really means a time of service. So when I look across everyone here, I see we the people, and I see we the people united in a service to others. And it's with that backdrop that I read the proclamation today. Whereas Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. devoted his life to seeking justice and racial harmony, embodying the ideals of freedom, equality, and justice that from the foundation of our nation, and whereas Dr. King's steadfast in leadership during challenging times led to significant historical changes through his social justice efforts, inspiring the nation and the world to adopt nonviolence empathy and collaboration in overcoming bias and discrimination, and whereas communities throughout New Jersey, encompassing various backgrounds and faiths, will come together and honor Dr. King's legacy and the accomplishments of the civil rights movement, and whereas to recognize Dr. King's lasting influence, residents are encouraged to commemorate Martin Luther King Jr. Day by taking part in the New Jersey Martin Luther King Jr. Commemorative Commission's annual King Day celebration and engaging in community service activities. And whereas Dr. King said, "Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and verb agree to serve. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul full of love. Now, therefore, I, Philip D. Murphy, Governor of the State of New Jersey, do hereby proclaim January 19th, 2026 as Martin Luther King Jr. Day in New Jersey." Thank you.
The Martin Luther King Birthday Committee accepts these resolutions and hope to continue the work that we have been doing since the assassination of Dr. King. We know that diversity united lights the way for peace and justice for all.
And for some of the young people that might be here, the young lady that just spoke to us, and I will call her a young lady, Mrs. Lacey, she lived in Alabama. And she was part of the Montgomery bus boycott. No small part. You know, sometimes I think we feel like we're so separated from history, and then you start to realize that you young people now know somebody who is part of the history that you read about in books. That these people are still in our midst, and you have the opportunity to get to know these people, to talk to them, to find out things about the way it really was. And I think that it's very important in these days and times when they're trying to erase history, that you go ahead and cement history. All right? So, thank you very much, Mrs. Lacey, and to everybody who's been on the forefront of the struggle. Remember, we the people have the power. They want you to forget that, but don't. Never let a day go by where you don't realize we the people. Because I really want to ask all these ICE people that are now making this bonus money, is that the way you're going to use my tax dollars? Because I'd like a refund. When we have, you know, I mean, there's a lot of other things we could fix in this country, and I'd like to make sure my money is used correctly. All right, now it's time, and this is really one of the joyous times that I love when we do these different events. The Teaneck Chorus, come on up. And we have a new director, Skylar Klein. Come on up, bring the group up. Always a fantastic performance and something I look forward to each and every year. Let's give him a big round of applause. While they're getting set up, we just want to make sure, I got a lot of dignitaries in here. Mr. Hogan, I see you're sitting here. Tom Sullivan, you're here. Tracy Zern, you're here. Thank you very much. Madison Willen from Congressman Josh Gottheimer's office is here, so thank you very much. Denise Belcher, the Mayor, Teaneck Deputy Mayor. Let's give her a round of applause. Daniel G is here, also from Teaneck. The Board of Education, James Wolf, thank you. We have many more other people that are here. We'll name them. Anthony Curitan, I see you over there. That's my brother. Thank you, Sheriff. Dr. Pruitt, I see you're here too. Thank you very much. Giving a big assist to my brother. Where's Wayne? Wayne Hamer. Right over there. He's the one that keeps me straight on these evenings. So I got to say hello to him. All right, folks, let's welcome once again the Teaneck Chorus and Skylar Klein. Skylar, take it away. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Skylar Klein. I serve as the artistic director this year of the Teaneck Community Chorus. We are going to be presenting for you this evening a song from our upcoming winter concert, which will celebrate the life and legacy of musician Roberta Flack. We will be celebrating her life, her music, her legacy, some of her influences, and certainly the impact that she has had upon our world and certainly our communities, even as close as Teaneck. Our piece this evening is sort of related to a song many of us know called Go Down, Moses. And in this case, this is off of her album Quiet Fire, Go Up, Moses. And a little bit of a different message. This song this evening is not about forgetting Egypt or forgetting Pharaoh, but letting him go and moving on and being proud of who you are, no matter where you come from, what you look like, and celebrating that heritage. If you are enjoying it and you'd like to hear more, we'd like to see you at our concert this upcoming Sunday at Teaneck High School, 3 p.m. So please enjoy Go Up, Moses.
Thank you very much. Let's give them a big round of applause. And don't forget that performance this weekend on Sunday, right? Make sure, Sunday afternoon at the high school. And as the chorus makes their way down, we'd like to introduce Libby Klein. She's a community activist and the recording secretary of the MLK Committee. Let's give her a round of applause.
It is a great pleasure of mine to be able to introduce our guest speaker this evening. Jeremy Feigenbaum is New Jersey's first Solicitor General, a role he has held since July of 2020. In that role, Jeremy helps coordinate the Attorney General's involvement in matters before the U.S. Supreme Court, federal circuit courts, and the New Jersey Supreme Court, and provides assistance to the department in cases involving significant constitutional and appellate issues. He also leads New Jersey's multi-state litigation, including its lawsuits protecting New Jerseyans from the attacks on their rights and their pocketbooks coming out of Washington. In this role, Jeremy has argued 3 times before the United States Supreme Court, including defending birthright citizenship in the recent Trump versus Casa case last May. Before becoming Solicitor General, Jeremy got his start right here in Teaneck. He grew up here, just down the street from me, I might say, attended Solomon Schechter Day School, and then the Bergen County Academies before attending Brown University and Harvard Law School. After graduating from law school, Jeremy clerked for both Judge William Fletcher of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit and Justice Elena Kagan of the United States Supreme Court. He was an associate at a major national law firm in New York and an adjunct professor at New York University School of Law, where he taught a seminar about the Supreme Court. And before serving as Solicitor General, he served as counsel in the New Jersey Attorney General's office, where he oversaw a docket that included diverse matters from environmental protection to firearm safety, to immigration, to LGBTQ plus rights. He now lives in Jersey City with his husband, Adam, and we welcome him warmly tonight.
Thank you, Libby. It's hard to follow that. Good evening. Thank you to the Martin Luther King Jr. Birthday Committee of Bergen County for inviting me to join you in celebrating Dr. King's dreams for we the people. Thank you, Libby, for that lovely introduction and for all those years together on West Laurelton Parkway. Thank you to Dr. Lacey, a living legend, and not just Dr. Lacey, but the whole leadership committee of the Birthday Committee, Tonette Duncan, Barbara Flum Shapiro, Michael Rideau, and the whole leadership team. Not just for inviting me, although I'm grateful for that, but for putting together this wonderful event year after year, an event that lifts up not only the message of Dr. King, but it also lifts up students, who I know folks are eager to hear from, to share their own messages, their own voices about what their rights and their equality means to them. And while I won't repeat the acknowledgement of all the amazing elected officials here today, I did want to single out 2 as a point of personal privilege. First, former Senate Majority Leader Loretta Weinberg, for whom I interned in college, who remains one of my progressive heroes and one of my forever inspirations. And I also wanted to single out Bergen County Commissioner Tracy Zur, for whom I interned in law school, who models for me what it means to build a true life of public service. So tonight, we honor Dr. King, not just the man, but the vision and the legacy. And we honor his legacy not because it's historical, but because it's living and because it's unfinished. And we ask ourselves a difficult question, the same question the committee asked students to think about this year. How well are we protecting the rights of every American today? And how well are we living up to those rights and to the equality promised by our Constitution? We the people, you've heard it said before today, those three words, opening our Constitution, give voice to what was at the time a radical and revolutionary idea, that this nation belongs to every person within its borders, that all of us are endowed with rights no government can take away, and that the law must protect those rights. But the Constitution, as first drafted, was imperfect. Its equality, limited to a select few. Its right to vote, limited to a select few. Slavery enshrined in its very text. And so ours is the story of ensuring more rights to a far greater number of we the people as the years go on, the process of ensuring more equality, which is the lawyerly way of saying, as Dr. King, I think, put it much better, that the arc of the universe is long, but it bends towards justice. We bent towards justice in the wake of the Civil War when we amended our Constitution, when our nation adopted the 14th Amendment with its promise of citizenship to all who are born here, its promise of due process under the law, and its promise of equal protection under the laws. But those words on paper are exactly that, as Dr. King himself saw firsthand. Despite the promise of equal protection, we had Jim Crow laws. Despite the promise of equal protection, we had Plessy versus Ferguson and its endorsement of separate but equal. Proof, as leaders like Dr. King and attorneys like Thurgood Marshall understood, that a promise of equal protection under the laws matters only if your laws and your courts and your people will stand to protect that right. And so we bent towards justice again in the civil rights era, not because of words on a page, but because of people like Dr. Lacey and people like Dr. King, who organized, who advocated, who demanded that our government turn those words and our Constitution into a reality, so that true justice would roll down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. A lesson perhaps surprising to hear from a lawyer, that our rights in the Constitution are only as strong as the people make them. Unfortunately, this has been a challenging period for those of us who care about equality and about individual constitutional rights. Incidents of bias and hate remain at extraordinary levels in our country. The FBI reports 11,679 hate crime incidents for 2024, with over 14,000 victims. 53% based on race and ethnicity, 24% based on religion. And here in the Garden State, the New Jersey State Police report over 2,500 bias incidents in 2025, over 7 per day, not to mention the hate and bias we see all over our social media platforms. Yet we've seen actions out of Washington that undermine equality and undermine our individual rights. We've seen efforts out of DC to make it harder, not easier to vote, and that call our elections, the bedrock of our democracy, into question. We've seen the deployment of the National Guard onto our streets and the deployment of ICE officers whose conduct inflames tension in our communities and make immigrant communities, including US citizens, feel unsafe as they go about their daily lives. We've seen executive orders seek to abolish diversity or civil rights programs all across the federal government, and even to terminate the fundamental right of birthright citizenship. And just as difficult for so many of us in this room has been the silence from institutions we counted on to fight back. Dr. King, in his letter from a Birmingham jail, wrote of his disappointment with the moderate who is devoted to order instead of justice and who refuses to sacrifice in the pursuit of true justice. I think many of us feel that same disappointment today, with institutions who we counted on making deals that protect their profits rather than standing up for equality and for our rights. But I've also found this year tremendously inspiring, because I've also seen every single day this year, everyday people, public officials, attorneys, and judges stand up for our rights, for our equality in this moment, sometimes at great personal cost. In my role as New Jersey's Solicitor General, I've been lucky enough to work with colleagues all across the country and with attorneys general for nearly half the states to work together on defending these individual constitutional rights. We've challenged rollbacks of civil rights and diversity programs. We've challenged attacks on voting rights and on state election laws. And we've stood up against threats to our immigrant brothers and sisters. And we've seen judges all over the country, including district judges from across the ideological spectrum, stand up to unlawful policies that violate the rule of law and violate basic constitutional rights, notwithstanding the threats, even death threats, that those judges are confronting. I saw this play out firsthand when New Jersey led the nation's fight to defend birthright citizenship. Birthright citizenship is one of our most bedrock individual rights, the promise that you have citizenship in this country when you are born here, and that no government official can take that citizenship away. A promise enshrined in the very same constitutional provision, the 14th Amendment, adopted in the wake of the Civil War, that gave us our basic right to equal protection. And I saw federal judges agree in case after case that no president can simply strip away our citizenship rights with the stroke of a pen, that the president cannot redefine a constitutional order that has governed us at every period of American history except the Civil War itself, and that citizenship cannot turn on and off based on where someone was born or when they crossed state lines. But I'll be honest, the promise that I see today is from a lot more than mere litigation, even though as a lawyer, that's what I see day in and day out, or even from federal judges holding the line from the rule of law. We see it too from our local officials and our state officials who choose to chart a different course in New Jersey, where we continue to expand and protect civil rights, where we take action against mortgage companies who engage in redlining to keep African American residents out of communities or unable to access home equity, or towns who use zoning laws to keep Orthodox Jews out, or we see legislative officials pass laws to protect trans kids instead of to attack them. And I see we the people live most powerfully in Americans across the country, who stand up, who protest, who organize, who demand that their voices be heard. Because protest and organizing is not just a matter of history with people like Dr. Lacey, it's also a matter of today and the present. We have the residents of Arbor Terrace who took a bus to Delaney Hall, a private prison housing ICE detainees in New Jersey, to protest and continue making their voices heard. We've had protests throughout Teaneck and Bergen County, and many of you have attended them. Because all of you have lived consistent with, I'll borrow a Jewish teaching here, because we are in a synagogue after all, which feels especially appropriate for this event. It is not our duty to finish the work, meaning it's not our job to solve all this country's problems that we see in front of us, but we're not at liberty to neglect it, because we all must do our part, whatever our roles, as attorneys, as judges, most of all, as everyday citizens of this country. And that, I think, is the answer to today's pretty difficult question about how well we're protecting our individual rights and our equality. We're only living up to the rights and the equality promised in the Constitution if we demand it. Dr. King and the movement he put together understood this. He led a diverse movement of the kind of room I'm looking at here today, from African American leaders to rabbis to other faith leaders who put themselves on the front lines with everyday people, who fought for their rights in the court, who demanded civil rights in the halls of Congress, and who took to the streets to demand that equality would become more than mere words on a page, even a page as important as the United States Constitution. And we must understand the same things today, to rekindle that understanding of shared struggle and partnership from the knowledge that you've heard today, true now as then, that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. To stand up again today for our rights in court, to demand protections from Washington or Trenton or even Hackensack, to demand that we organize and mobilize and make our voices heard, because the arc of the universe is long and it will bend towards justice, but only if we make it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. You delivered that like you've been in front of the Supreme Court. A very convincing discussion. Thank you once again. Let's give him a big round of applause. All right. Now we move on. This is one of the most talented people that I've ever run across. Where's Artie? Where is he? Do I see him? He's over there. There he comes. He is, if you never heard Artie speak, sometimes, I get embarrassed when I'm around him because I wish I could really be him, but that's okay. Anyway.
You're in trouble, brother.
Yeah. Dr. Artie Walser, he is the former president of the Teaneck Board of Education, director of Math Adventures and Wordplay. He's always been involved in education. Ever since I've known him, he's been one of the people that's been at the forefront of helping to educate young people and take them to the next level. He's a professor of electrical engineering, once again, that really smart kind of person at City College, Graduate Center of the City University of New York, and father of 2 sons. Let's give it up for Dr. Walser.
I'll give you the $50 later. Maestro?
When you're weary and feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will drive them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a river over troubled water, that will lay me down like a bridge over troubled waters, that will lay me down. When you're down and out and on the street, when the evening falls so hard, I will comfort you, I'll take your part. Oh, when darkness comes and the pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled waters, that will lay me down like a bridge over troubled waters. I will ease your mind like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind. Charles Warren.
See what I mean? Thank you very much. And one year we did an event, and I remember, Artie, you did, I think you did one of Dr. King's speeches. Yes. And that was so powerful. So you see, he's so multi-talented. So thank you for everything that you do in the community, and thank you for your great work. Now it is time for our Lee Reed Award, a very special part of the evening. Raymond Addison, come on up, a community activist and member of the MLK committee, who's going to present the Lee Reed Award. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening again. Good evening. It is my distinct privilege to be able to, in the Martin Luther King Jr. Committee 2026 Lee Reed Award recipient. The Lee Reed Award honors the legacy of Lee Reed, a devoted member of the Martin Luther King Jr. Birthday Committee and founder of the Unitarian Universal Congregation on the Palisades. Through her vision and leadership, Lee Reed built a diverse and inclusive faith community committed to service, dialogue, meaningful civic impact. This award celebrates her enduring commitment to racial justice and her ability to bring people together across differences to strengthen the broader community. It is with great pride that we announce the 2026 Lee Reed Award recipient, Senator Gordon M. Johnson. Yeah. Senator Johnson, a native son of Englewood, New Jersey, Senator Johnson is a veteran law enforcement officer, a major in the U.S. Army Reserve, and a longtime public servant representing New Jersey's 37th Legislative District. He served with distinction in the General Assembly from 2002 to 2021 and has represented the district in the New Jersey Senate since 2022, where he currently serves as Assistant Majority Leader. Throughout his legislative career, Senator Johnson has been a steadfast advocate for public safety, civil rights, and social equity. His leadership includes sponsoring significant legislation to limit New Jersey's cooperation with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, particularly measures protecting personal data and restricting enforcement action in sensitive locations. He has also been a strong champion for veterans, education, and economic development, reflecting his deep commitment to justice, opportunity, and community well-being. Please join me in standing and offering a resounding round of applause for our 2026 Lee Reed Award recipient, Senator Gordon M. Johnson. And it reads,
where's the camera?
And it reads, the Martin Luther King Jr. Birthday Committee presents this 2026 Lee Reed Award to Senator Gordon M. Johnson in recognition of your years of service to establish legislation that promotes racial justice and equity for all. Dr. Theodore Lacy, Chair, January 19th, 2026. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and I'm honored to be recognized for this award. For me, it's just a basic principle that we accept everyone in life. But in this position that they call a state senator or a state legislator, I feel it's my duty and a priority to ensure everyone has the opportunity to experience what we call the American dream. I guess it started out when I was very young. My mother, Myrtle Johnson, was born in a little town called Berea, Kentucky, eastern Kentucky. And father was born in Washington, D.C., worked for U.S. Customs. When I was growing up, I remember my mother telling me, in Englewood, but like I said, she was from Kentucky, don't run after dark. Always have money in your pocket when you go to the store. And never talk back to a police officer. So I became one. But anyway, those are just the principles that she instilled in me, because that's what she had experienced in Kentucky while growing up. She went to nursing school in Washington, D.C., Howard University. I met my father there because he lived there, and then they moved to New York, and I came along. But that was instilled in me that equality and acceptance is so important. And when I think back of this 20-year career, actually more than 20 years, we go back to police work too, but those who I've been working with, working alongside, and those who provided guidance. And I try to emulate what they would do or what they have done. I'm referring to Loretta Weinberg, by the way. So, through the years, she still calls me, but through the years, I try to emulate what would she do in a case like this. And then she would call me and tell me what to do. But, so it's no problem. But it's all about working with people who care for others. And I have, with Ellen and Sharma and the 37th team, and working with the commissioners of Bergen County, any county executive who believes that he could eliminate and did eliminate homelessness for veterans in this county and trying to reduce homelessness here. So Jim Tedesco desires that. Tracy Zori and the commissioners worked on programs for food to ensure people had something to eat. And thank you for what you do. And at other issues that we have at the state level, people with disabilities, people with emotional problems, people who are addicted to drugs. We need to try to ensure that they get back on the right track, give them a hand up so they could restart their lives. That is our job. So I just want to say thank you to Rabbi Serbo. You here?
He's in the back.
Okay. I always mispronounce his name. And Kent Dubinsky? I said that right? All right, got that right. All right. So I'd like to thank the Temple Emeth for allowing us to sit here. Of course, the Martin Luther King Jr. Birthday Committee also is, I have to thank them too. So give yourselves a hand. But this event tonight will ensure that I am motivated to continue to do what I do when it comes to taking care of others. It's a high priority for me to ensure that everyone is accepted in this society, everyone has a chance to get ahead in this society, and everyone gets justice in this society. So thank you for this recognition. I thank you a lot, and I'll close with that. I would say. Are there any questions? Oh, no, sorry. Wrong place, sorry. Oh.
Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, we're not related though.
This is my good-looking brother.
You're too kind.
Good to see you. Let's give the senator a big round of applause. Now it's time for our candle lighting ceremony. Karan, you here? This young community activist, good-looking gentleman coming up to the podium right now. He will introduce the students for our candle lighting ceremony. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Before I proceed with the task at hand, I wanted to take a quick moment of personal privilege to acknowledge some young men that we have in the back. The Kappa Leaguers, can you guys please stand? I know we have some Qs. I see some alphas and sigmas in the building here tonight, but the Noops are representing. Just know that. I'm looking at you, Sheriff. So yes, these young men are committed to leadership, scholarship, and service, and we thank you for your presence and for caring for the values that Dr. King so powerfully embodied. So now, for what I'm here for. If you've been here in the past, you would know that the last few years, we've had some challenges lighting the candle. So I see this year we, we already have a candle lit, so I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to get it done. So at this time, we are honored to hear from 3 young leaders from our community who will be sharing some brief reflections and participating in tonight's candle lighting in remembrance of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy. Please join me in welcoming Avery Cooper, Isaiah Lee, and Zahara Khan as they come forward to offer their remarks and help us illuminate the values of justice, unity, and the service that Dr. King championed.
Thank you, Mr. G. Good evening, everyone. My name is Zahra Khan, and I am honored to stand before you all today at this esteemed event. Looking around the room, I'm sure Dr. King himself would be very proud, not only of our diversity, but also of our shared commitment to justice. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. believed deeply in the promise of America. He reminded the nation that the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution were written with powerful ideals at their core: liberty, equality, and justice for all. Yet Dr. King also made it clear that these promises were never honored equally for all communities. Dr. King described this contradiction as a moral and civic failure, famously calling it a bad check written to Black Americans that had come back marked insufficient funds. Sadly, that check is still bouncing for many communities today. As a Muslim hijabi daughter of brown immigrants, I can tell you that there are strong parallels between the struggles of Black Americans and that of Muslims in the United States. Both communities experience discrimination, exclusion, and implicit bias, despite the Constitution's promise of equal protection and religious freedom. If Renee Good was martyred on the spot, where is the guarantee of safety for Black and brown people and all other hues combined? America honors its founding principles only when freedom, dignity, and equality are guaranteed to every citizen without exception. Dr. King's vision reminds us that justice cannot be selective. Also in the Quran, Muslims are repeatedly tasked with upholding justice. Dr. King's dream was not just a dream. It was a demand that America finally keep the promises it made at its very beginning. Today, we as a future generation of world citizens pledge to deliver on Dr. King's dreams by building unity across differences and choosing courage over silence. And together, we can be the generation that finally cashes that check for everyone. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Avery Cooper, and I proudly serve as the Treasurer and Legislative Chair of the Jack and Joe of America Bergen-Passaic chapter of a Senior King Group. Today, as we honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., we are reminded that his dream for America was not something new. It was rooted in the very documents that founded this nation. The Declaration of Independence boldly declares that all people are created equal and are entitled to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The Constitution was written to protect those rights and ensure freedom and justice under the law. These words represent America's highest ideals, but Dr. King made it clear that while these promises were written on paper, they were not fulfilled in practice for everyone. For generations, many Americans, especially Black Americans, were denied the very rights to the nation that claimed to guarantee. Yet Dr. King did not reject America, he believed in it. He believed that the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence were not broken, they were unfinished. He challenged the nation to live up to its own ideals and to make freedom real, and to extend justice to every citizen regardless of race, background, or circumstance. Dr. King's vision reminded us that progress does not come from ignoring our history, but from confronting it with courage and hope. His dream calls on each generation, including mine, to help close the gap between what America says it stands for and how it actually treats its people. If we commit ourselves to justice, unity, and equality, we can help build the America Dr. King believed was possible, an America that truly keeps its promise to all. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you. My name is Isaiah Lee. I'm the current president of Kappa Lee. As Koranji pointed out, those amazing young men back there helping us tonight. And today I want to start with the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, ratified in 1868, gave automatic citizenship to all people born in the United States, while also providing all citizens equal protection under the law. The Declaration of Independence starts with the words, "We hold these truths to be self-evident that all people are created equal." These documents, closely followed by the government, proclaimed freedom and equality for all who resided in the United States. Yet, the morals these documents upheld were not followed by the very nation that put them in place. Dr. King would use this unfulfilled promise as the basis for his fight for civil rights, wanting America to fulfill its debt to the people and provide freedom and equality for all. He would describe the documents as promissory notes for freedom that America had failed to come through on, framing the inequalities African Americans faced from Jim Crow to redlining, not just as a political failure, but also a moral failure. Yet even through all this, Dr. King still had faith in the potential America possessed, as he believed that the Constitution and Declaration of Independence were not flawed in the ideals they promoted, but rather these ideals were incomplete in their application to America. Dr. King did not want America to give special treatment to minorities, to African Americans, to Hispanics, but rather live up to the morals and ideals it had put in place for itself. His vision was rooted in the belief that America could still become a nation where freedom and equality were not just for selective groups, but for everyone who resided in its borders. This also reminded us that America's greatness lied not in the promises it made to the people, but in its willingness to keep them. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, but today. Thank you.
Okay, so now I have each one of you light an individual candle. Ladies, yeah. Ladies first. Good call. I jinxed us.
It's always inspiring to hear young people who have the will to continue the fight and the strength, and it just renews the energy of everybody that's been in the fight for so long, to hear from young people that are willing to continue the fight and to bring in a new energy. So let's give them all a round of applause. Now, my good friend Reggie Pittman, who is the music educator at Benjamin Franklin Middle School, the choir director, and the member of the MLK committee. These are all students at BF. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Thank you, Anthony. If tomorrow is a light in a place, then now is the time to go show that light through our faith. I got to remember my age. I can use the glasses sometimes. And then now is the time to show light through our faith. Faith without deeds are dead. Light is not only generated by the sun, but there's a light in each one of us. We must collectively use that light to bend toward justice. Everybody, tomorrow is just for us. Tomorrow starts today. We like to sing a song called Tomorrow by Quincy Jones, and it was performed by Tevin Campbell. Thank you. Everybody say yeah. Everybody say yeah. Everybody say yeah. Everybody say yeah. Tomorrow will bring a better you, a better me. We got more. We should never give up. Our hopes, our dreams. We gotta get up, do it, be strong, be strong, be strong, be strong. All we need is believe. Believe in the smile, a smile. We can go anywhere, we can go. Roll aside, we roll. We can never look too far. Tomorrow is light. If tomorrow is light, in the sun, all we need is faith in us all. We can go anywhere. We gotta get up. We gotta get up. Get it on. If you try, you can fly. You can fly. To a place. All we need is a rest of dream. We need is space and a friend. We can go anywhere. We can go anywhere. Any road, take it anywhere there. Tomorrow, today. Everybody say tomorrow. Everybody say our message of love out everywhere. There's a promise of love. Tomorrow has something special and something we know will last. Everybody say tomorrow is yours for us. And we're gonna send a message of love out there. There's a promise of love. Tomorrow, something special and something we know will last and last. Everybody say yeah. Everybody say yeah. Everybody say yeah. Everybody say yeah.
Thank you, Reggie. Thank you, young people. Everybody say yeah. Yeah. All right. All right, Shelley, where are you? Come on up. Very important part of the program.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Shelley.
To the youth, it was a great introduction to this time. I'm Shelley Washington, and I am a member of the Martin Luther King Birthday Committee. I trust you are enjoying our celebration of Dr. King, and this is the time that we have set aside for our appeal to you. As the children just advised us, tomorrow, we're looking forward to tomorrow. You are here because you support keeping Dr. Dr. King's dreams alive. And for that, we thank you, and we would ask that if our youth would come forward, they will begin to pass out the baskets to each row. We are soliciting your generous donations. You may either give this evening, you may mail it in, or you can Zelle your donation to MLK Birthday, COMM@gmail.com. Also on the front of your program, we'll advise you as to how to donate any option that you would choose to. Again, if you care to Zelle this evening, if you are watching virtually, you can Zelle your donation to MLK Birthday Committee, MLK Birthday, COMM@gmail.com. We recognize the support and continuing donations from the members, donors, sponsors, and you, the audience. Our donors are listed in the program. Please take a moment and take a look at the donors. We have many that are supportive. The Martin Luther King Committee is a nonprofit organization, and all the funds and donations are used to cover expenses, scholarships, and donations to worthy local organizations, such as the Center for Food Action, Healing Space at the YWCA, the NAACP, Women's Rights Information Center, and many others, as well as maintenance of the MLK Monument on FDU's TNX campus. It also supports the events that we host. This event, the MLK Birthday Celebration, the February Black History Series at TNEC Library, Juneteenth, our August event at the Monument, which this year we will be celebrating the 11th year since the installation of the statue. You may still buy pavers. You can do your memorial pavers, and you can still contribute toward that as well. None of this is possible. None of it is possible without your support. So again, we thank you very much. And we want you to know that last year we raised $10,000, making it possible, $10,000, making it possible to give out more scholarships this year. We hope to exceed the goal of 10,000, allowing us to increase the number of scholarships given to our students for next year. The youth that you just saw with Reggie Pittman, Mr. Pittman, and those that are here that are handing out the baskets, that's our future. Those are students, they need our help. They need our support to carry on and to continue with the fight and the work. So the committee, we're truly just grateful for your support. We've grown tremendously, as well as the size of the audience. The committee is composed of the community of people representing the Bergen County community. We invite you to join us next month. There will be our February Black History Month series. Keep an eye out for the additional information. It will be on the Thursdays in February at the TNEC Library. Please, we invite you to bring out the youth, come yourself, and just, continue to learn, continue to grow. It helps us all to stay connected to this American dream. Before I close, the committee would like to acknowledge and give a special recognition to our 2026 scholarship sponsors: Barbara Landberg, Tony and Barbara Giarmo, Janet and Tom Abbott, St. Anastasia Roman Catholic Church of Teaneck, New Jersey. Last but certainly not least, Rabbi Stephen Serbu and Temple Emeth, for your unwavering support. Yes, they deserve a round of applause. Again, the committee, we just want to thank you all for your continued support, and we pray, and it is our desire that you have an awesome new year. Thank you. All righty, thanks, guys. We love you guys.
At this time, can the members of the committee please stand up? Thank you very much for all the work that you guys do all year long. And thank you, and it's been my honor and privilege to serve as your MC for all of these years. Thank you so much. And Mrs. Lacey, you're still the queen, most definitely. All right, Annette, where are you? All right. Now, we talked about how the money is used to go ahead and provide scholarships and awards to the young people, and this is how it is used. Every year, they do a fantastic job highlighting some of the best students here in Bergen County. Congratulations to all of you young people, and I always congratulate the parents too, because I know that's hard work. So this is how it's used. This is part of how this money is used, so thank you for your contributions. And I have a few pavers out there, but I noticed there's a few more areas that could be filled in, right? So those pavers are beautiful. They're like a living testament. So if you get a chance, go ahead and get one of the pavers. So Annette, take it away.
All right, thank you so much. So my name is Annette Mahak, and I am on the Education Committee along with Jeanette Curtis and many others, but I was selected to be here with you today. So as most of you are anticipating to see who the students are who have been nominated by their schools to receive these merit awards. So they have performed exceptionally well at their schools, and their counselors and teachers selected them. So we should know that, please read their biographies. I'm amazed that these students are even able to breathe, given how much they do every day, all the time. I have read their long resumes, and they are outstanding students. So we are so proud to introduce them. I will call their name, and they will receive an award, a merit award from our committee, along with a $50 gift certificate and a copy of the Constitution. And they will also receive recognition awards from the county executive, the Board of County Commissioners, the Sheriff, Anthony Curiton, as well as, I think that should do it. So I will call their names, and after I have called their names, my colleague Jeanette will let us know who are the recipients of the $1,000 scholarships that we are awarding to 6 students. Those are the students who have written essays. Many have written essays, but these are the 6 that we selected to receive the awards and their scholarships. So good luck to all, and here we are. Our first student is Yazan Albin from Bergen Tech. Thank you. Please stand over there. Somebody, I'm sure parents will want to take pictures. Our next student is Kyla Biedelman. Come on up. Thank you. I think we have some people who are missing, right? Well, in any event. Sophia Dalton, come on up. Thank you. I encourage you to read their bios, please. Is John de Kramer? Yes, he is here. Welcome. Our next student is Isana Garcia. Thank you so much. Do we have Nicolas Galela? No. Okay, but no. And Bhuvi Jain. Come on up, sweetie. Our next student, I'm afraid he's not here, but his name is John Leslie James Vickery from Bergen Tech High School in Paramus. Jada Lynn, again, she's not present, but she's from Bergen County Institutes for Science and Technology. Joao Batavelli, he's here. Come on up. You can go in the front, I suppose. Our next student, Barbara Milian, she's not here, but she is a student from Bogota High School. Carla Monaco, come on up. She's from Pascack Hills High School. Good job. Our next student is Khaled Nasser from Dumont High School, but he is not here at this time. And we have a student who's not here, but her name is Anna Orzechowski. I hope I pronounced her name correctly. Our next student is Haley Palmer from Teaneck High School. Congratulations, sweetheart. Our next student is Sam Pollack from the Torah Academy of Bergen County. Good job. Thank you. And our last student is Danielle Yotfat from Northern Valley Regional High School in Demarest. Good job. Okay. All right. I applaud all of these wonderful students, and really you should too. I neglected to mention that one of the certificates is from the county clerk. So really, these young people were recognized by many, many folks in our county, and they deserve it. Thank you.
Okay, this is the fun part of all of this. Every year that I'm working with the scholarship committee, I'm always amazed by the quality of the work that the young people turn out, because we always think of them as just goofy and silly little people, but these are seniors, so they're stepping up, you know, to the plate. We're happy and very fortunate this year to be able to award 6 scholarships, 6 scholarships. Each scholarship is for $1,000. That'll get you started. Maybe one book or two with the prices of books and things that they are. But it was a very hard job because we had to read all of the essays. And I have to say the committee is very serious about looking at the essays, judging the essays. We work with the rubric because we want to be fair, and as Annette said, some of the resumes that the young people turned in with regards to their activity beyond their academics, we were like, wow, when do they sleep? It was really, really excellent students, really excellent work. And it does my heart well when I do this every year and get to read, what the kids are doing and thinking when we ask them an intelligent question, okay? So the subject of the essay this year was, how might Dr. King evaluate the extent to which the rights of every American as outlined in the Constitution and Declaration of Independence are fulfilled in today's society? When I read that question, and Dr. Lacey composed that question for us, I even said, I don't know if I'd write an essay for that one myself, because that was a heavy load. But the kids stepped up to the plate, and of the young people who submitted, we were able to happily award 6 scholarships. The first scholarship is for Jada Lynn. Is she here today? I think someone said she may not be here. Well, Jada Lynn is receiving the St. Anastasia Music Award and Scholarship in honor of our very own Dr. Charles Warren, who is a national and international composer and writer who's right here in Inglewood. So we will get this to Jada, okay? Oh, and one other thing, the students don't know who's getting the scholarship. We keep them in the dark. So this is a surprise to them as we read these out. Okay, and we have Hallie Palmer. Nicholas Giella, am I pronouncing that correctly? Okay, Emerson Senior in junior high. Okay, guess he's not here. Okay, I'm going to try this one. Annette, I should have asked you about this pronunciation before I got started. Okay, I'm going to try. Behoeven Jane. How did I do, darling? I did okay? All right. Okay. So when I looked up, okay, the next scholarship goes to Yazan Albin. Oh. And, and our very last scholarship, let me just go back for 1 minute here, because I do want to tell people what scholarship you got. Yazin got the Barbara and Tony Giarmo Scholarship, and Barbara and Tony are past members of this organization who happen to relocate, but they're still supportive, so you received their scholarship. Hallie, you received the Math Award from Janet and Tom Albert. Okay, all right, and Bouven, okay. You received one of our MLK scholarships. Okay, and I have Kayla Beidleman. Okay, And Kayla's scholarship is from, that was the Barbara Landberg Scholarship. And Barbara Landberg is also a past member of the Martin Luther King Birthday Committee who continues to support it, and that is a scholarship that she's donated. So we appreciate and we thank you for what you did, and enjoy. Okay. And I will get these other scholarships to the other young people.
All right.
Congratulations to all the students. You students will be happy to note that for some of us in this room, $1,000 was half the cost of a semester to college. Where you might be able to buy a couple of books. But for some of us, oh my goodness. But congratulations to all of you. You've already written your thesis paper, so you have your master's degree in the mail based on that particular topic. So you did a great job. Everybody's very, very proud of you. And thank you for your time, energy, and effort. And it does our hearts good to see all these young people involved in these great activities. Now we're getting close to the end of our program. We'd like to thank everybody once again for being out here. And let's just say this one more time. We the people. We the people. Don't forget that every day. We the people. The 250th anniversary of this country, and it feels like at times that somebody forgot that. So let's remember. I'd like to bring on our Teaneck Poet Laureate, Scott Pleasance, and he will be assisted by Kasai Sanchez. Scott? We the people.
We the people. All right.
Good evening, folks. Good evening. How we doing? All right, we the people, huh? Okay. All right, if you know the song, sing along. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. With palms so large that they caressed the nation, with a voice so strong that it shook generations, with a persona so bright that it shined with a purpose, with a position that was powerfully appointed, anointed. He held dreams in his hands, allowing hope to move like a sieve through his fingers as he walked so close to our promise that the inevitability of a better tomorrow rubbed onto the shoulders of the people who are still standing here today. He.
Yes, Mr. Pleasance, he held the world in his hands, but what about her? Her, I just read a letter addressed to Coretta. Professing his love, he called her his pillar of strength. Written behind bars, deep-rooted with scars, punctuated in frustration, the verbiage underscored struggles and strife. He referred to her as love, a dynamic force, and yet the most inexplicable and beautiful energy in life.
Wow, you know he shook hands with kings and queens?
Yes, and she shook hands with mothers and teens.
He wrote stories of truths and dreams.
She shared visions of ways and means.
Okay, so together, the hands crafted on the canvas of change, brown, red, black, and green, not sketched in color, but painted with creed. Please tell us more about her.
Many days by herself and with her family in fear, isolated like a hand alone in the pocket of his sweater.
She was his better half.
The counter to his balance. Yes, Mr. Pleasance, let's not overlook Coretta. Her gift to the world was a synchronized step in the movement, a simultaneous breath to his heartbeat, a unified step that shifted the soil beneath our feet.
So she locked arms with change.
Walked through the streets of challenge and across bridges of possibilities.
She also held the world in her hand.
And moved it in a way that allowed Maya to speak about it, that allowed Morrison to write about it, and Michelle to be about it.
Can you say that again for the people in the back?
She made a way for Maya to speak about it, for Morrison to write about it, and Michelle to be about it. She held the world like a gift with unspoken praise, an unbroken spirit with 4 children to raise, an unwavering strength if the truth should be told. Within the grasp of her hand was the world to behold.
Well said, young poet. When we join hands, it's overlapping in strength, shared ideas manifesting within an arm's length. We can see her thoughts walking across the floor of his mind. We can hear him telling her about that mountain he'd climb. So the rhetorical question, and I'll dare to ask, if we held the world in our hand, for what would we task? To review a constitution or rewrite just one sentence or declare solidarity, a new independence. Our voices are our choices, a measure in moral weight. Alone walked the warrior, together walked faith. He's got the whole world in his hands.
She's got the whole wide world in her hands.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Kasai Sanchez.
I know. We got it. Good job.
After a performance like that, I just want to get up and say, that's our show for the evening. And pretty much that is. That's the way we close. We always close on a good, strong note. We want to remind you that when the evening is over, please take a moment to go to the reception in the back and enjoy the fellowship. Once again, all of you folks that came out on this cold, cold evening, we thank you. Many faces that we've seen for many years, you continue to be dedicated to the cause of we, the people. And now, Dr. Warren, we shall overcome. Every year we end with this great civil rights song. We'd like everybody to stand. Valerie and Reggie joining in. After this, we'll have our benediction. And once again, everybody, have a great evening.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do
On March 25th, 1965, in his speech, Our God is Marching On, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King shared these hauntingly relevant words. I know you are asking today, how long will it take? Somebody's asking, how long will prejudice blind the visions of men, darken their understanding, and drive bright-eyed wisdom from her sacred throne? He went on to say, I came to say to you this afternoon or this evening, however difficult the moment, however frustrating the hour, it will not be long. Then he continued like a good Black Baptist preacher, which he was, and he said, how long? Not long. How long? Not long. And these are the words that inspire our benediction that I have been tasked to offer. As I consider the time that has passed and I consider the times we are in, it's going to take we, the people, if it's not going to be long. So go now, not in complacency, but in courage. Go not in cowardice, but in conviction. Go not in fear, but in faith-fueled love. Go and be the light that drives out darkness. Go and be the salt of the earth that melts ice. Go in justice, go in righteousness, go in love, go in hope, go in peace. And knowing that if I do my part, and you do your part, and we do our part, that we will indeed overcome someday. Go in the peace of God.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, if you happen to find a phone with the pale peach color cover, please bring it up